Hi guys! So, syempre, alam nyo, nasa kama talaga ako nasa Japan, diba? Nagpa-late checkout ako because I wanted na magmuni-muni and I wanted to create this vlog because a lot of you have been requesting na, can we start or can we create an investing vlog? Sabi ko, okay, pwede naman, guys. Pero again, don't forget that this is based on my personal experience and this is not in any form, financial advice. Please, please, please don't forget to do your own research and do understand that whenever you invest, it will carry risk and it does have risk. So guys, I wanted to start this vlog na investing with 5,000 pesos, diba? Your personal journey to financial growth mo. So, syempre guys, why 5,000 pesos? 5,000 pesos kasi for me is not sobrang big, but it also is big enough to start. It's not a scary amount, but it's also, an amount where it kinda may konting kirot and may konting kurot sa'yo. So parang at least alam mong, oh my gosh, it has to also be a bit painful whenever you start something like this. Because syempre, kailangan mo maintindihan na ito yung pera na pwede mong gamitin pang kain sa labas dapat or pambili ng want mo. But you're making a conscious decision that you want to budget it to put into something na mas makabuluhan, which is like investing for your future, diba? Okay, so those are some things. Second here is, I will give you a lot of options, and when it comes to options, these are options that I have tried and tested, but I will give you my personal feedback, my personal opinion, my personal experience here, para laging about my experience rin siya. Alam niyo naman guys, I always do vlogs on experiences ko, because I want it to be real, I want it to be like very story-driven kasi doon natin siya maiintindihan more. Okay, I would also give you number 3 before anything else, wide arrays na we will start it with the pinaka easy to enter up until doon sa medyo mas mahirap mag-enter pero kakayanin pa rin naman. Okay, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so here are your options. First and foremost, for me, ang pinakamadali talaga will be digital banks. Now na may digital banks na compared to how I started and when I started back then, walang digital bank. With digital banks right now, a lot of the digital banks will give you 4% minimum PA per annum siya na interest. And then, it can grow as high as 7%, 8%, 14%, diba? 15%. Ang dami sa kanila naglalabanan. And when it comes to investing and why this 4% or why does 10% matter? Because guys, it's as big as 100 times more than what your traditional banks would give you. If for example, you have 10,000 pesos invested in a year, you would earn roughly around 360 pesos if you place it in a digital bank that earns you 4% interest, net of taxes na yan, compared to if you're going to just put it, let's say, in a traditional bank where you're going to earn, let's say, around 30 pesos or ilang pesos lang. Diba guys, ang liit talaga. Kaya sabi ko, if you have money, put it in a digital bank. Personally, guys, if you're going to look at my phone, ang dami kong mga digital banks dito. And I'm going to tell you, see, SeaBank, Maya, GCash, sa CIMB, Union Digital, meron pa ako dito, Netbank, may GoTime ako. Almost lahat, yes, ginagamit ko. And whenever you ask me, what is the best digital bank? For me, the best digital bank will also depend on where you want to put it. For me, guys, importante sa akin is usable rin yung digital bank. Meaning, when I open and when I use the app, kailangan gusto ko yung interface na yan. For example, I do love SeaBank because when I put money inside, it earns me 4% interest, up to 300,000 pesos. But usable siya sa akin because I can use the QR, scan to pay. May rebate sa akin yan na 0.3% every time I go to merchants that I need to pay. Let's say, mga parking. May balik siya sa akin na pera. May card rin siya, tap to pay. Whenever I spend using that card, may balik rin siya sa akin na rebate. That's my daily driver naman na digital bank. So parang a lot of my funds from the traditional bank, lalagay ko lang siya sa SeaBank kasi ginagamit ko yun eh. Nagde-transfer ako, nagpe-pay ako ng mga bills, nagpe-pay ako ng mga staff expense ko, di tina-transfer ko lang using my SeaBank. At least yung money ko there, guys, it earns me higher interest compared to putting it in a traditional bank, hindi kumikita ng interest or ang baba ng interest. Di sayang lang, di ba? Now, some digital banks might not have nice interface, di ba? Okay lang rin sa akin yan, but what I do there is doon ko tiyatago yung pera. Para di ba, hindi ko araw-araw siya ginagamit. Di tago rin ako doon, lagay pa rin ako doon because mataas yung interest na binibigay sa akin. Or kung may pa-promo sila ng interest, okay, lipat tayo. Let's earn those interest. Kasi guys, di ba, low barrier to entry. Digital banks, di ba? If you're going to highlight it, mataas ang interest, easy to open with just one ID. It takes you 5 minutes to open it, and no minimum balance required yan. But you need at least 1 peso to start earning interest. O, di ba? Ang saya, guys. So yes, there are lots of digital banks out there. Look at the digital banks that is best for you. Yun talagang magagamit mo rin as well. If you have funds na hindi mo rin ginagamit, like your emergency fund, ilagay mo pa rin siya sa digital bank. Because guys, at least it earns higher interest rather than putting it in a traditional bank that does not earn that high of an interest. Number 2, whenever you're working, you might have options like cooperative. If you're a member of that cooperative, di ba, you contribute money, which means naglalagay ka. In theory, nagpapautang ka doon sa cooperative na yan. Kasi yung cooperative na yan, pinapautang naman nila yan sa mga members that wants or that needs money. So it's like a bank, but it just works in that small private circle niya, which is called the cooperative. Back then when I was working, we have Globe Cooperative for Globe employees only, and we had the bigger umbrella, which is the Ayala Co-op. Now, both of these co-op, pwede ako maging member. And what I love about it is that kinakaltas niya, if I contribute, pwede ko siyang i-automatically deduct sa salary ko every single month. Now, this is a form of me forced savings and forced investment. And because back then, nung mga mababa pa yung mga binibigay ng mga bangko ng interest rate, the cooperative in the office, mas mataas ang binibigay. Nasa 5%, 6%, 7% depending on the year. Si Globe Co-op ko, guys, pag employee ako ng Globe Co-op, pwede ako mag-contribute. Pero pag umalis ako, kailangan ko i-cancel yung Globe Co-op na yon. But yung Ayala Co-op ko naman, I can contribute while I'm still an employee of the Ayala Group of Company, but hindi na ako pwede mag-contribute pag umalis na ako. But I can leave it and it still earns me dividends every single year. And just to share with you, I have a screenshot here that dividend ko, every year, kumikita pa rin ako dyan. The last time I got was around 30,000 or 40,000 pesos siya. And do you know, guys, yan ang ginamit kong pera pambayad sa first ever insurance ko. Kasi every year, every time na nabibill na ako ng insurance na yan, papasok na rin yung co-op na dividend. Ang bongga, di ba? So at least it still earns me. And what's good about co-op? Higher interest yan or higher dividends yan binibigay compared to banks. Low barrier to entry, meaning sometimes it just takes you around 500 pesos or 200 pesos. Basta may minimal fee siya. And every month, number 3, pwede mo siya i-consistently automate kasi pwede niya i-deduct sa salary mo. Diba? Every single year yan. And number 4, syempre, hindi rin siya that high of a risk because syempre backed pa rin siya by the cooperative and it is managed properly as well. And if you're going to compare a lot of employees na nakita ko mga comments rin sa mga post ko, guys, alam mo, ang tataas ng ibang cooperative na binibigay. As in, kaya if meron, take that option. Do it. Sayang din yun. Then, number 3, I want to also go with time deposit naman. Going back with time deposit, si time deposit, guys, this is like a deposit sa isang bank mo where yung money mo kailangan nakalock siya sa isang period. So for example, if ang time deposit, let's just say it will give you 5% for 60 days or 5% in 60 days. Meaning nun, yung pera mo, kailangan mo i-lock yan doon sa financial instrument na yan or time deposit na yan for 60 days before you are able to get that 5%. If tinanggal mo siya within sa gitna nun, you will not get any of the interest kasi nag-preterm ka, di ba? So, a lot of, let's say, digital banks do have time deposit now. Meron yan sa mga Maya. Meron siya sa GoTime, if I'm not mistaken. Meron din siya sa Uno. And your traditional banks might also have it as well. Back then, sa mga time deposit, this will give you higher interest sa traditional banks. But now, digital banks are also here. They give you high interest rate or high interest rates for your time deposit. And hindi na kailangan ganun kalaki yung amount. Dati, guys, alam mo, mga amount niyan, mga nasa 20K, 25K minimum, 50K, paminsan sa millions yan. Pero now, because of digital banks, hindi mo na kailangan. And if I'm not mistaken, Uno gives as high as, or Union Digital gives as high as 6.75%, pero you have to lock your money. And guys, yes, I do have my own time deposit. And just to share with you, if I'm not mistaken, this is Union Digital ko, correct? So, I'm opening my Union Digital. I will be showing this to you. And syempre, eto siya, papakita ko sa inyo. Yes, nakalock ang money ko dito for like 365 days. Pero kasi mataas naman yung interest binigay sa akin. And for me, it's okay. I also have on the flip side, time deposit deposit sa mga traditional banks ko kasi mataas yung rate na binigay sa akin. Sometimes if you have higher amount, the time deposit that traditional banks would give you is also high. You just have to request it doon sa kilala mong branch manager or doon sa mga tellers mo as well. Because if you do have a relationship with your bank, sometimes it gives you higher time deposit rates as well. So you just have to ask, diba? Huwag kayo mahiya magtanong. Sa time deposit, the same. It's relatively safe rin as well. But ang good part there is that, again, don't forget na if you do a time deposit, locked ang pera mo. So it's good for funds that you don't really need to use. It's good for your funds na medyo natutulog lang dyan sa bangko but you want it to work hard for you. That's an option, time deposit. And then guys, of course, number 4 will be your Pag-ibig MP2 savings, which is your modified Pag-ibig MP2. Guys, ito yun, the more you save, syempre the more you earn. What's good about this? Mataas yung dividend niya. Do you know that last year, I'm just checking the Pag-ibig MP2 here, 7.03 ang kanyang dividend rate for MP2 savings alone, guys. That is so high. And year on year, kung nakikita ko here, from 2007, 2016 onwards, pataas, ang tataas. 7%, 8%, 7, 7, 6, 6 nung pandemic, sa 7, 7 ulit siya. Ang taas niya. And what's good about this is you receive your dividends annually or you can receive it every 5 years. So guys, ang MP2 savings, manual yung contribution mo. Basta may Pag-ibig ka, you can go to the Pag-ibig website, open an MP2 savings account, and then guys, contribute. For as low as 500 pesos, yun yung start mo. And you can contribute whenever you want. And guys, pwede siya Maya, pwede siyang GCash, pwede siya AUB, pwede siyang credit card. But I would recommend you to go with the less and mas murang option, which is GCash, Maya, and AUB. Kasi yung credit card mo, guys, mataas yung fees niya dyan. And then, guys, every MP2 savings mo is only every 5 years. Locked siya for 5 years. If natapos na, mature na siya for that 5 years, you have to open a new account para it can still earn you a dividend. Hindi mo pwedeng iiwan lang siya and then it keeps on growing until the end. Hindi siya ganon, guys, sadly. So, what I like about MP2 savings, guys, it's government-backed investment. So, low-risk options pa rin siya. Mura rin siya. And almost everyone, basta may Pag-ibig ka, you can open an account. And mataas ang binibigay niyang dividend, diba? You can choose getting those dividend annually or you can choose getting those dividend every 5 years. For me, I recommend na mag 5 years ka na lang para at least gulatan ka na lang na how much you want. And what's good about it is as well na hindi mo kailangan maglagay every month if wala ka ilalagay. But if kaya mo maglagay, syempre, I recommend maglagay ka pa rin para it's like forced savings mo, forced investment mo as well. And yes, guys, may Pag-ibig rin ako. It's here. This one, to be honest, I started late with Pag-ibig. I prioritized other investment forms kasi in vehicles. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, if I can turn back time, sayang talaga siya. Dapat I started earlier kasi ang taas talaga ng binibigay nilang yung dividend. Ay nako, the value that I could have earned if ever. So guys, why not take that option as well? And then, syempre, number 5 will be your mutual funds. With your mutual funds, guys, it is a fund kasi pooled with different investors into a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, or other equities or securities. Guys, so parang isipin mo ganito. Sa mutual fund kasi, is example, may 10 tao, may binigay na money. May nagmamanage ng fund na yan that will invest in stocks, that will invest in other bonds, etc., etc., etc. And guys, you buy an asset value or an amount of it or a share of an amount of it. So for example, if you have 1,000 pesos, that 1,000 pesos mo, think of it this way, para nakabili ka ng maraming stocks. So it spreads the risk across different stocks mo. Parang hindi lang yon stock, isa lang stock mo. Parang with a mutual fund, marami kang stocks and ownership mo. Because guys, parang bumibili ka a basket of a lot of different stocks with that money that you have. Now, what do I like about mutual fund? For me kasi ito, mas less hassle siya. Diba? For example, when I buy, let's say, a fund type A, this one is managed by, let's say, BPI or GCash. Then, guys, wala na ko iisipin. May tao na nagmamanage ng fund na yan sa akin. All I have to do is just consistently buy every single month. Bili-bili ako or invest ako ng invest. Lagay ako ng pera sa loob. And then that's it. And then nakikita ko lang yung fund value ko may increase. Parang, for me, it's less of me thinking what I should buy na stocks, what I should buy na bond ba yan. Basta alam ko, okay, ito yung gusto ko, ito yung bibilhin ko. Now, just to share with you as well, sa mutual funds, what I personally have is I have the BPI. And to share with you guys ha, ito nga yung email ko na tinitingnan ko lang dito. I started it actually as early as 2013. That's the first time I opened my BPI investment account. Back then, because I had a little bit more money to go and put inside, ang linagay ko was 20,000 pesos right away. And then, ang mali ko lang dyan is, syempre, as time goes by, hindi na ako nakapaglagay. Which is my regret rin. Kasi, if you buy something, you want to, let's say, you buy that funds, as much as possible, consistently maglagay ka para mag-grow ng grow value mo. Kaya ngayon, tinatama ko lahat ng mga pagkakamali ko dati. And you don't have to do it the same way that I did it, na malaki ka agad. With a BPI investment fund, it's just for as low as 1,000 pesos, you can already start, depending on the fund that you have. And it will grow. Now, another option that I can give to you guys when it comes to mutual funds is also via GCash. Alam nyo naman to, di ba? I did a lot of content on this GCash rin na parang mutual funds. Sa GCash mo, all you have to do is just go to invest. Maliit na tab dito sa loob, invest. And then you will click on GFunds. And then, pag open mo itong GFunds, okay, nandito na siya. And here are some of the funds that I was able to buy. Di ba? Ito siya. I have the Global Technology Feeder Fund, Consumer Trend Fund, and then I have the Multi-Asset Income Fund as well. So just to share with you, di ba? The Atram Global Technology Feeder Fund. So this is what the fund looks like. Now, with this fund, ito yung sasabi ko, if I buy this fund, Global Technology Feeder Fund, this fund invests in Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, yung Google, Samsung. With that money ko, and this, if I remember, for as low as 50 pesos, I can start here. Pag binili ko to, it's like my 50 pesos was able to buy a lot of different stocks na. And then I can just see the growth of it. And just to share with you guys, past 1 year return nitong fund na to, if you can see it here in the maliit na portion, it's at 37.19%. Aggressive tong fund na to, meaning, syempre, higher risk siya compared to other funds as well. Another example here is the Global Consumer Trends Fund ko naman dito. Ito naman, it invests in Amazon, Tesla, Electronic Arts, Nintendo. And guys, if you see here, past 1 year return niya is at 25%. O diba? So parang ito yung sinasabi ko, my whole portfolio for GCash ko na investment, I'll just check. In fairness, yung funds ko guys, lahat siya nag-increase. O diba? Lahat naka-green siya. Yung sinasabi ko, diba? I can invest konti-konti. It doesn't necessarily have to be big. It can be as low as 50 pesos, 100 pesos, depending on how much money you have. For me, when I choose these funds, always go with ano yung pinaniniwalaan mong company as well. That's why I invest in companies that I personally use, that I personally love. And what's good about this is because these are international companies. It's hard to invest in international companies. Hindi tayo yung tipong parang I can buy stocks of Alphabet, Google, Amazon. Hindi eh. In the Philippines, mahirap siya eh. And this is the easiest way for me to do it. This is the more wala akong sakit sa ulo to do it. And the barrier for entry, mas madali siya. Diba? For as low as 50 pesos, pwede mo siyang gawin. So that's one option. Mutual funds as well. And of course, guys, meron tayo, the last naman is definitely stocks. When it comes to stocks, diba, this is buying ownership of a company. So when you buy a stock, you buy a share. A share of that company, meaning you own that little bit of piece of that company. So when it comes to stocks, syempre, this is the higher risk rin talaga. And guys, when you buy stocks, ito yung parang nakikita nyo, di ba, on the Wall Street, yung mga nagbabuy and sell. But technically now, hindi na siya ganun kagulo. Like, hindi na ganyan yung mga pictures niya. Now, everything is done through your computer. And a lot of these stocks, you can have it, let's say, may BDO na ganito, may BPI na ganito, BPI Trade, may Call Financial rin, G Stocks. And meron rin Dragonfly, which is like a relatively new tech company that I've seen online. Na medyo, in fairness, maganda rin siya. Nakita ko, na-try out ko rin naman siya. When it comes to stocks, guys, this is publicly traded. Meaning, guys, you can buy and sell stocks right away. Some of those stocks does earn dividend. When it comes to dividend, every year, if ever, guys, meron sila excess fund for that company, pinapay out nila yan to the investors. Remember that dividends like this, pag nakita nyo, ito yung mga nakikita ko mga email na, may dividend ako nakita or may dividend kumita dito sa stocks na binili ko. It's small, but I'm telling you guys, small is okay because these are free money. It's like, it's not naman free money. It's like, for me, technically inisip ko, free money siya. Hindi mo napupulot ang, let's say, iilang sentimo. But syempre guys, the more stocks you buy, the higher the dividend is. Kasi diba, a dividend is paid out per stock that you own. Diba? So the more you own, the more dividend you get. When it comes to stocks, saan ba ako nag-invest? I do have Call Financial, that's the first one. And if you're going to look at the email of Call Financial, the same. I started around 2013 din, and I bought my first stock during that time rin. Dati, 25,000 naalala ko yung minimum ng Call Financial. It was so hard to apply for a Call Financial account. And kasi ang hirap dyan is that it's not that accessible. But now, guys, alam mo ba? It's so simple for you to be able to get an investment account. I want to share with you my GCash stock account because for me, ito yung easiest way for you to be able to open. Sa GCash, you have GStocks PH. At syempre, give me a second kasi, oh my gosh, tulog na yung paa ko. Ang tagal ko atang nakaupo dito, guys, na nakipagchikaan sa inyo. Inom muna ako ng kape. Change angle tayo. Okay. Sa G-Stocks naman, guys, you can start then for as low as 1 peso kasi. Diba? That's what I love about it. And that's why I love talking about these products because now it's so much easier for us to do all of these things. Dati ang hirap-hirap. Ngayon, guys, you have everything is in the palm of our hands. Kaya I'm so happy because, guys, dati hindi ganito to. But now, nandito na siya lahat. And I want to share my knowledge. I want to share my experience. And hopefully, diba, if it serves as an inspiration, go. So this is my current stock portfolio in GCash. I'll include screenshots here. But my stock value, my portfolio value right now is at 24,840.28. And then I have my stocks value here. And if you're going to see the stocks value, guys, tingnan mo ha. Green siya. And this is what I want to share with you. When it comes to your stocks, mas higher risk to. And syempre, when you buy stocks, when you own a piece of that company, it's the same way how I buy my mutual funds. I will buy my mutual funds and I will buy stocks of companies that I love, companies that I believe in, companies that I trust. I remember reading this book, diba? How to invest or starting investments with Phil Town to na book. The same way that I believe na lahat ng sinabi niya, you're there for the long run of that company. If you don't believe in that company, why will you invest in that company? When I invest, very similar, I always invest for the long run. Hindi ako yung day trader. I cannot be a day trader. I just don't have the brain space to do that. And I don't like that risk. And a lot of the time, a lot of, let's say, researchers says that you really cannot follow and predict the stock market. And like what Warren Buffett says, di ba? Hindi naman siya sumusunod lagi sa mga stock. Lagi nga yung sinasabi, he just follows the S&P 500. Tapos paminsan, mataas yung kanyang return, di ba? Steady. Slow and steady ang kanyang returns. Okay, so when it comes to that, I'll just show with you. This is my current portfolio with G-Stocks. For example, ito yung mga things that I have inside my G-Stock. I have BPI because I trust in that, and for the longest time, I worked in a Ayala company. Jollibee Foods. I actually have a REIT, which is Ayala REIT. Ayala REITs or REITs, guys, ito yung parang real estate na parang stocks. Diba? It's like buying real estate in stocks format, and every year, it does pay you dividend. And I'm telling you, magkanta yung mga dividend na pinakukuha ko dyan. Like, kahit na maliit siya, at least it's dividend. So, I have that. I also have DMCI. And, ano pa meron ako dito? Meron pa nga ako dito, Converge. So, that's some of my portfolio here in GCash. And guys, tingnan mo, gain ko dito is 26.67%, which is 5,194 or 99 pesos. And this portfolio, I think I started it almost just like a year. Tingnan ko yung transaction history ko. A year, July 28, 2023. O, diba? And just to share with you, hindi nga rin to sobrang consistent, diba? But I am consistent with my other stocks portfolio. Doon, mas marami akong nilalagay rin as well. I have BPI Trade. I also have sa Call Financial ko. Doon, diba? Ang taas ng, marami rin akong nilalagay doon. When it comes to investing in stocks, for me, the same way with mutual funds, if you commit, try to buy your stocks consistently every single month kung kaya. No matter how small, how big, basta you have that budget, inallot mo siya, ilagay mo siya. Iba yung growth na makikita mo when it comes to that. And it's like your forced savings. Like a short vlog that I said na sometimes when I buy these stocks, buy these funds, nasasad ako kasi nakikita ko nagde-deplete yung savings account ko. But it is what it is eh. It pains me, parang may konting kurot siya, but yung kurot na yan, it makes me think na no, this is for my future. This is for future growth and potential growth of my money. And to be honest, some experience ko, wala pa ako nakikitang sad ako. Except for, sadly, I went into the wrong market when I started my crypto. Kaya yun, medyo babagsak pa rin ang crypto ko. But it's okay. I did not invest a lot in there. And it's money that I placed for investment. And I'm okay for the long run of crypto. And I believe, maybe one day, maybe 10 years from now, 15 years from now, kikita rin yung crypto portfolio ko. Baka not now, but maybe in the future. So, I've shared all of those things already, di ba? Ang tagal na, medyo mahaba-haba na rin yung vlog natin na to. Those are some options that you can take, di ba? Just a recap, you have your digital bank, you have your cooperatives or co-op sa office, you have your Pag-ibig MP2 savings, you have your time deposit, then you have your mutual funds, and then you have your stock market. So, you have six options now. Now, with that 5,000 pesos, where would I put it? Diba? If that 5,000 pesos, you're a low risk, you want super low risk, I would recommend just putting it in your digital banks. Pwede mo ilagay yan sa time deposit mo. Kasi these are the easiest way for you to take it out. Kung kailangan mo kagad yung pera, pwede mo siyang tanggalin right away. But also, now, if you want the 5,000 pesos naman, you want to start somewhere that you want to be more consistent, kasi I believe consistency is key. Definitely, pwede mo na options yun is the cooperatives and then Pag-ibig MP2 savings. Because pag linagay mo na siya doon, syempre, it is a bit more difficult to take it out because you need to do a lot of steps, processes. But, guys, you will see more benefit and it can build that habit na consistent ka mag-i-invest, consistent ka mag-contribute pag naka-cooperative ka or naka-MP2 savings ka rin as well. And last but not the least, the third options is if you want, syempre, higher growth, higher risk naman rin to. Syempre, the mutual funds is there. Then, you have the stock market. When it comes to this, it's the same. When you want to invest pa rin. You have to make sure na consistent ka pa rin. You have to make sure that kung gusto mo, start. But, guys, magugulat ka na lang with the potential growth that you can get with your mutual funds and with your stocks as well. But syempre, don't forget, investments do carry risk. You have to invest very wisely and really understand all of these products first before you start investing. So, if I can turn back time and I would start my 5,000 pesos, what I would have done or what I would do, I would personally put the investment ko kasi naman to. If I have that 5,000 pesos, I would personally do it. Again, this is not financial advice. Ito lang siya, kung babalikan ko lang. What I would do is, I would already start to open my account with my cooperative. So, lagay ako 1,000 dyan. I would start my Pag-ibig MP2 na rin. Maglagay rin ako 1,000 pesos doon. And then, I would have still placed 1,500 pesos sa mutual funds ko and then 1,500 pesos sa stock market. So, why did I not put digital banks and time deposits? The thing there is kasi, yung mga existing money ko, ilalagay ko lahat sa digital banks. But I would start using or higher dividends and interests for my money to grow. So I would start cooperative, Pag-ibig, mutual fund, and stock. And I would now consistently contribute every month as well. Those are my top picks. But don't forget, guys, do not forget, make sure that you have to research. Again, my tips for success. Number 1, you have to start now. Do not think of bukas ko siya gagawin. Huwag mo rin siya isipin na kulang yung pera ko. No money is too small. I remember somebody sharing with this to me. Do you know that if you start the gym, a bodybuilder will not judge you for who you are? Kay Nisha ko to sa YouTube na panood ko and this resonated with me so much. If ever, di ba, sometimes you're the one who's holding yourself back, di ba? Ikaw lang yon. So if you wanna start now. It's never too late. Then, of course, be consistent. When it comes to consistent, dapat regular. Hindi yung naglagay ka na, tas forever hindi mo nalalagay. Time will be on your hand, di ba? Compounding interest, compounding growth will be on your hand, but you need time. It needs time. Ganong kalaki ang potential growth. And then, of course, keep learning. Every single day, try to read, try to learn it. Understand the tools and investments that you want to buy. Hindi pwedeng gusto mo lang siya because sinabi ko or sinabi ng ibang tao. Cannot be. You have to understand, learn, read. Fourth, do not be afraid to ask questions. Ask, watch YouTubes. Ang daming mga content out there. Watch, learn. You have to absorb knowledge. And then last but not the least, number 5 is also become patient. You have to be patient because growth will not see it. Hindi siya bukas. Hindi kikita, hindi lalaki pera mo kaagad ng kinabukasan. It will take time. Be patient. Again, I always say, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Enjoy your financial journey. Enjoy your personal finance journey and make it very personal because it is your own personal finance journey. Guys, don't forget, 5,000 is a great way to start. 5,000 pesos is big, but it's not super big na maluloka ka naman sa laki. Don't forget na whenever you invest money that is for your investment, allotted and budgeted for your investment. Invest money that you are okay or hindi ka mamamatay to risk it. Invest money that is not needed for your everyday expenses because those are money na dapat hiwalay. Hiwalay lahat ng needs mo, hiwalay pang savings mo, hiwalay ang pang investment mo. Okay? So don't forget, again, if you like this video, I hope naging makabuluhan siya. Comment down below if it inspired you, if you're going to start. Comment down below as well kung makabuluhan yung content. Let me know. So I will see you on the next vlog. Bye guys!